around Dodge City and in the territory out west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with the U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, the story of the violence that moved west with young Americans, and the story of a man who moved with it. I'm that man, Dylan, United States Marshal, the first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
By Jing, that bed up there don't get no softer.
What's that, Chester?
I was just telling you, Mr. Dobie, the bed up there in number 4, it don't have no more give to it than an old McClellan saddle.
Well, now, I don't know. What you doing up there anyway?
Well, when I seen that drummer packing his duds out here, I knowed he wasn't up there no more, so I went on up.
You got no right to go up in my rooms. No right at all.
Well now, Mr. Dobie, I've been figuring I might take that room someday, and I was just looking it over.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Chester. You're talking a lot of foolishness. You can't afford to stay in the Dodge house.
Well, it don't hurt none for a man to think about bettering himself.
What in the world is that? Oh, it's a fight. Right outside my hotel.
Well, now, don't upset yourself, Mr. Dobie. You just sit there, and I'll go out and stop it.
They'll pay any damages. You tell them that.
Yeah.
Here, old man, I think you better sit down.
Here now!
You just stop your jabbering.
Here now, you leave that old Charlie be.
Yeah, you better mind your own business, Chester.
I said, move along now.
Hey now, hold on now. Wait a minute. Okay, Chester. Okay, now, just simmer down. No need to get so hard-nosed.
Well, you ought to be ashamed, big fellas like you pushing an old man around.
We didn't mean no harm.
We was just trying to get him to stop ragging at us, to quit his talking.
It don't make no difference to me what you is trying to do. Go on, get.
It's getting so you can't walk down the street without he stops you and talks your ear off.
I said get. You hurt, Charlie?
No, ain't hurt. It'll take more than them young buzzards to hurt me.
What was they pushing you around for?
Oh, I was just trying to tell them something, that's all. Young folks ain't got the gumption to listen when it do 'em the most good.
Well, now.
They'd have got shot down easy.
Shot? Who's gonna shoot 'em?
Well, anybody that'd draw on 'em, the way they was handling them guns.
I didn't hear no shooting.
Of course you didn't. There was none. They were talking about a fast draw. They'd been shot down, sure.
Charlie, was you trying to tell 'em how to do it?
Young'uns, they just don't listen. You tell 'em, but they just don't listen.
Well, now, you just sit there quiet like. They won't bother you no more.
Rio Joe would have got both of 'em before they even slapped leather the way they was doing it.
Well, sure. Rio Joe would have outdrew anybody back then. That goes back a ways, don't it?
Young smart Alex won't listen at all. Hey, they kind of winged you in the eye, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, I guess maybe they did. There was a few elbows flying around.
Well, you better put some beefsteak on it. A man needs his eyesight these days. Seeing's a good thing.
Yeah, sure. Well, all right then. You just sit there, Charlie, now. And you let me know if you get bothered more.
Ain't nobody willing to listen no more, no matter how much you got to tell 'em.
Yeah, well, I'll be seeing you sometime. Now, you take care of yourself, Charlie.
Ain't nobody willing to listen at all.
Oh, now there you are.
Thank you, Kitty.
Yeah, thank you, Kitty. Can't you sit down with us?
Maybe for a few minutes.
All right, good.
I do gotta check over the whiskey supply with Sam pretty soon.
Well, now, I wouldn't want to interfere with that. It'd be a terrible tragedy for Dodge if a saloon ran dry.
Yeah, most of these men would rather see the river go dry.
Why, you're both sounding pretty high and mighty for a couple of fellas who aren't exactly teetotalers.
We're just philosophizing, Kitty. Nothing personal.
How come Matt's buying you 2 drinks, Doc?
Because I won 2 games of checkers. That's why. He's slowing up, Kitty. Oh, he's slowing up.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Oh?
Doc?
Yeah.
Mind if I see you for a minute?
Well, sure now, Chester. Sit down.
Well, no thank you. I was thinking we might go on over to your office.
Why, Chester, look at me.
Chester?
Hello, Miss Kitty.
You've got a black eye.
Here, let me see that, Chester. Why, you sure have, and it's a beaut.
Well, yes, sir, I guess it is. Doc, you got something to put on it? A man ought to protect his eyesight.
Well, it's a little late for that, Chester. You should have ducked.
Yeah, where'd you pick that up, Chester?
Well, I was just trying to help, that's all. It just don't pay a body to try to do a good deed anymore.
Who were you trying to help?
That old Charlie, what's his name, sits out in front of the Dodge House talking to anyone who'll listen.
Charlie. Don't tell me he gave you that black eye.
No, Doc, no, of course not. A couple young smart alecks were picking on him, and I mixed in it and come out with this.
It doesn't look like you accomplished much.
Now, stop teasing him, you two. That was a nice thing you did, Chester.
Thank you. I read him off all right, but that old coot's bound to get himself into more trouble.
Oh, how's that?
Why, he keeps telling folks what they ought to do, and you know, Mr. Dillon, ain't too many people who want to listen to an old man like him tell them how to draw a gun.
Draw a gun?
He's always talking about gunfighters of the olden days, and folks get tired of listening to that.
You better not listen either, Chester. You only got one more good eye.
Now, don't pay any attention to him, Chester. I'll fix that eye right up.
Yeah, a little raw meat, Kitty. That's about the best thing.
Yeah, and a few less jokes. I never did know what was so funny about a black eye. Come on, Chester.
Now, you see, boy, you gotta be careful about how you work the barrel.
You gotta have a good, true barrel on your gun.
You sure can whittle nice, mister.
Oh, well, boy, it don't take much to do some whittling. All you got to do is have a sharp knife and a remembrance in your hands for what you're making.
Well, you got a remembrance for that gun, mister.
Sure right, like I have for the blaze of the Texas sun on my back. And man, don't forget them things.
It don't look like my pa's gun. That part is different.
This here?
Yeah.
Well, they got these newfangled ideas. You don't need a notch in the cylinders to make a good gun.
Well, pa shoots better, I reckon.
Well, there ain't nobody needs nothing better than his gun. While Rio Joe could hit anything he could see.
You knew Rio Joe?
Yes, I knew him.
Did you see him do any shooting?
I stood right with him.
By jingle, mister. You recollect things you could tell me?
Well, sure, boy. I recollect real good. I recollect time down in border country when he faced down 3 men using a gun like this.
3 men? Man, was they drawing on him?
Well, yes, they drawed, but that's the last thing they ever did.
It don't seem likely no man could do that.
Rio could do it. He's good with a gun. Yeah, real good.
Go on, mister. Tell me how he done it.
Well, the way it was, Rio was coming along a trail by some cotton
Still
and...
spilling them yarns, old man?
He's telling me about Rio Joe.
Rio? Rio Joe? He's telling you about Rio Joe?
It's true. He stood with him. Ain't that so, mister?
Of course that's so.
Well, don't listen to him, boy. This here old fool just likes to hear himself talk. He never seen no gunfighter like Rio Joe in his whole life.
Well, I did see him, too. I did.
Or if he did, he'd a run so hard he'd never stop yet. He just talks so much the whole town's tired of it, boy. You don't want to get took in by no blowhard.
Now you looky here.
Oh, Rio Joe.
Mister?
I was telling you straight, boy. You believe me, don't you?
Well, can you prove it?
Well, I don't know, boy. I don't know.
Hey, slide that bottle down this way, will you?
Well, sure, Wrath.
Thanks. Hey, ain't you the 2 fellas give that marshal's helper a black eye?
Ha, Chester. Well, he was asking for it. Weren't none of his business.
You know, at first I thought the old man gave it to him.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
All he does is talk.
Oh, he sure does that, though, don't he?
Yeah, you think nobody else knowed how to draw a gun?
Yeah. Him and Rio Joe. Why, he don't even wear a gun.
No, he don't. I ain't never seen him draw. He just talks about it.
Yeah. You know, it seems like a fella that talks that much ought to back his play.
Old Charlie ain't got no play to back.
It'd be mighty interesting if you put it up to him.
What you mean?
Yeah, mighty interesting.
What you aiming at?
I just got me a smart idea how to get rid of that old man.
Wait a minute, Wrath. He ain't done nothing bad enough to get shot for. No.
Oh, who's talking about shooting him? I ain't.
You said get rid of him.
Well, sure I did. I mean, look, all you gotta do is just call his bluff.
How's that?
Well, get him out in the street and tell him he's gotta face up to one of us or keep his mouth shut and leave town.
Yeah, that'd be calling it.
He sure ain't gonna draw.
No, not a talker like him.
There'd be nothing for him to do but get. Come on, let's go fetch him.
Tonight?
Sure, tonight. Right now. Ain't no reason to sleep on it. Come on. Oh, gotcha. Come on now. Right down these stairs now.
Oh, now wait a minute.
Keep your voice down. We got something to show you outside.
But it's the middle of the night.
Well, it ain't gonna make much of a difference, old man. Now drag him right out in the middle of the street.
You're not men enough, the three of you together, to get away with this.
Quit your talking.
You ain't got enough guts to want a shotgun with you.
Always talking.
Shut him up, Raph.
He sure is making a lot of noise for an old man standing around in his drawers.
You yellow belly's dragging a man from his bed. Just give me a chance to get to you.
We'll give you a chance, old man.
Down in Texas, we'd have strung you up.
Oh, you've been talking mighty big for a man that don't wear no gun.
And you're lucky I don't either.
Yeah, now we'll just see about that. We're gonna give you one.
Huh?
We're gonna see how much you learned from Rio Joe.
You can't do that. Now let go of me. Let go now.
Widen up. Step back. Let me through here. Let me through. Let him go. He doesn't need any lesson from you. Go on now. Get away from here.
Well, there ain't no call to get rough about it, Marshal. Somebody had to shut the old man up.
Listen to me. If I find you pestering him again, I'll be roughing in a way you're gonna really understand. You go on now. Get out of here. Come on, Charlie. You go back to your room.
You don't need to give me no help, Marshal. Huh. I can take care of myself.
Sure. I know that, Charlie.
I wasn't scared of him. I'd have stood up to him.
Yeah, come on upstairs.
Ain't nobody ever got by with nothing like that before.
Don't worry about it. It's not gonna happen again.
I know it ain't, Marshal. I know it ain't.
Charlie, you mind if I come in for a few minutes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Suit yourself.
You figure on staying in Dodge, Charlie?
Well, I did kind of have it in my mind. A man likes to have a place to settle.
Yeah, you don't need to change your mind because of those roughs, Charlie. I'll handle it.
No need, Marshal. Would you step over this way? I'd like to get in that trunk.
Sure. It looks like you've had those guns a long time, Charlie.
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm. Good shape.
They're old friends, Marshal. I take good care of them. They kind of comfort me to have them with me.
Yeah, I wouldn't get any ideas about starting to wear them again, Charlie. They're old guns.
Oh, and I'm an old man? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, you're old enough to leave your gunfights behind you. Want you to remember that.
I hope they didn't hurt the old man.
No, they didn't hurt him. Not physically, anyways.
Well, I guess his pride took a beating.
Yep.
It's a terrible thing they did to him. You think he's gonna leave town now?
I don't know, Kitty. I wouldn't blame him if he did.
No, but it'd really be a shame. He wasn't doing any harm telling his stories, and the kids seemed to like him.
Yeah, but Wrath didn't.
That Wrath Tiller. He's always been a bully.
I heard my name mentioned around here.
You did, Wrath, and I'm glad to repeat what I said. I called you a bully.
Well, now that ain't real ladylike, Miss Kitty. Is it, Marshal?
Why don't you move along, Wrath?
I keep forgetting you're the big marshal taking care of the ladies and old men around town.
I have an idea that one particular old man can take care of himself.
Oh, you've been listening to too many of his stories.
I'm not so sure they're just stories.
What do you mean?
I saw a pair of old horse pistols in his room last night. It looked like they had a lot of wear.
Why, that old coot don't wear no gun.
He's wearing one now.
Old Charlie? Well,
I wouldn't get in his way if I were you.
You mean that old geezer might draw on me? No, you've been took in by his talk.
I'm just telling you, be careful. He's not gonna forget what you did to him last night.
All right, Marshal. I'll play along. I'll tell you one thing. That old man better not start nothing. I wear my guns all the time.
So do I, Wrath.
You ain't scaring me none, Marshal. I'll be around.
So will I, Wrath.
So long, Miss Kitty.
You really think there's gonna be trouble, Matt?
I don't know, Kitty. Old Charlie was pretty upset.
Well, you gotta stop it. Don't let him put those guns on and march around till he gets himself killed.
I can't take them away from him, Kitty.
Why can't you?
'Cause he hasn't done anything.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You have to sit and wait until something happens. Till somebody gets killed before you can do anything.
Aw, Kitty.
Why don't you just go stop this thing now before someone gets hurt?
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, Matt.
Huh? Oh, hello. Hello, Doc.
Yeah, well, where you bound for?
Running over to the telegraph office.
Oh, maybe I'll walk along.
All right. I've been waiting on a wire from Washington. It's about time it came in.
Not taking your badge away, are they?
On days like this, they're welcome to it. Oh, hello, Ed. You got something for me?
Well, now that's a funny thing, Marshal. Something just did come in. I was going to bring it up to you as soon as I ate my dinner.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, see you later, Ed.
Sure.
You don't look too happy about what's in that wire, Matt.
This wire really isn't good news, Doc. It's something I've been expecting.
Cut your salary, did they?
No, I wish it was that simple.
What's our hurry? Where are we going?
I want to find old Charlie and take his guns off of him.
You mean that wire was about old Charlie?
Yeah, I'd ask a couple of questions. You better stick with me, Doc. You may be needed.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Dillon! Mr. Dillon!
Yeah, Chester, I'm on my way.
Mr. Dillon, he tried with old Charlie.
Then the wire was too late.
What's that?
Never mind. You look at Charlie over there, Doc.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Wrath is dead, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah, he's dead.
The old man just stood there as cool as he could be. Let Wrath draw first. He shot him down with one of them old pistols.
I'm not surprised. Let's go see him.
He's not good, Matt. He's not good at all.
Marshal?
Yeah, Charlie?
I ain't gonna make it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I don't care about that. It's past time for me to settle. But, Marshal?
Yeah, I'm right here, Charlie.
I want you to know I wasn't making up them stories.
I know you weren't.
I wasn't making no brags. And no bluffs. I did stand with Rio Joe.
Yeah, I know.
And I could shoot too. I could shoot as good as he could. I could draw as fast as Rio Joe.
Yeah, Charlie, you could.
You believe me, Marshal?
Yeah, I believe you.
I figured maybe you kind of knowed the whole thing.
Yeah, I do. I guessed it. Rio.
Sure. Well, you tell the others for me. You tell them I weren't no fake.
He's gone, Matt.
Yep.
Mr. Dillon, just a minute ago, what was that you called him?
Rio, Chester.
Old Charlie was Rio?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's just terrible. Dying like that, nobody knowing who you are.
I don't know, Chester. I have a hunch Rio would like it just this way. I'd have had to arrest him otherwise. Rio's been a wanted man for 20 years.